Something that I've always found super strange is that there is no platform online for people who like to animate to post their animations. If you think about it, there's a platform for every other type of artistic medium. There's Instagram for photography, YouTube for long form, for memes it was Vine, now TikTok, and it was Musically in the middle of there. Well, there's ArtStation, DeviantArt, Webtoon, Steam for video games, RenPy for visual novels. There's platforms for all of these other artistic creations, but there's nothing for animation. And it's really frustrating because it's such a gate-kept artistic medium because of that. There's nowhere that you can really see beginner animators. If these animators try to post to TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, it's really impossible to grow because it's really hard to make an animation that's long enough that's going to be captured by the algorithm. And second of all, how do you make trends? Like, how do you follow the trends? It's a completely different medium. And because of this, it really feels that animation, especially with AI, is saved for Cartoon Network, anime studios, Teletoon, all these big corporations that are making animation as a product. But then you and me, we can't learn that platform. So anyways, it's a huge thing that I'm passionate about. So today I want to talk to you about my personal frustrations with this, how there used to be a little golden age of animation back in 2010, 2013, and then also what we're planning on doing here on this channel to make that switch back to that era. Let's be honest here. Mainstream platforms that exist today were not made for animators and animations in mind. Well, that's at least a general statement. People that have more than 500,000 subscribers, they're usually chilling, but I'm talking about the majority of animators and the incentive for new animators to begin this medium. It's really difficult to be inspired, to be motivated to grow, to even be seen by one or two people. So what I want to do is go through all of the options available today and why it's so frustrating for you to post your animations on there. First off, I'll start with YouTube because that's what you're on right now, so you obviously use it. YouTube is made for long form video. It's impossible to really get monetized. Well, now I guess there's the shorts, but the barrier to entry to get monetized for shorts views is really, really high. It's like 3 or 5 million views. And for long form, if you want to get monetized for long form video or get seen for long form, making videos under a minute, it's not going to get you there. It's really favoring, I don't know if you've ever seen on your home feed where you get these animation short films. Those ones are favored because they're typically 4, 5, 6 minutes long. And so YouTube is okay, this is something that's worth people's time watching, and they'll recommend it to people. But it is so difficult to make an animation that's even longer than 30 seconds, let alone 4 or 5 minutes. How is that going to be easy for people to see and then even be inspired by other people's short animations to be made? There was the whole era with the animation memes, and that's still going on today. And while that did have a lot of upsides where it introduced more people to the medium, it taught new rigging techniques and a little bit of a faster way to animate, and more art styles and more creators went into the spotlight. There was so many problems because it was very constrained in a certain style that was this is how long the video has to be, this is the type of music that's popular, and these are the art styles that are acceptable. And if you started to veer away from that, it wouldn't be recommended by the algorithm at all, because the algorithm is oh, this art style and this art style and this audio is popular, so we're just going to recommend these ones, and those are the only ones that are going to ever see any growth. So it's a very narrow amount of creativity that you're allowed. So that was personally my issue with that animation meme era on YouTube. TikTok. Oh, TikTok. I have had my ups and downs with that platform. I grew massively on TikTok last year because I had an indie game studio where I was sharing the process and behind the scenes of us developing a cozy baking game. And I experienced what it's like to have a decent following on that platform. And what I realized, I wasn't making animations on that, but for animators specifically, this is a million times worse. And let me just tell you what the problem is. If you have a following on TikTok and you post a video, your followers don't see the video. TikTok first shows your video to a small sample population, and if in that first hour of you posting the video, it's not immediately liked by a certain amount of ratio to the people that it was shown to, your video disappears. So I would have 50,000 followers, and if I would post a video, it would get 100 likes maybe if the first portion of the people liked it. And my videos were talking heads. I was showing art, and I was it was a talking head, it was just me talking. If you make an animation and you post it to TikTok and it's not seen within the first hour, never again is it ever going to get showed to anyone. So those hours of work completely down the drain. And I was discouraged just by making talking head videos. So animations, oh my God, how disheartening and discouraging must that be? Especially if you're using audios that aren't pre-built into TikTok, because TikTok favors those videos that are using the audios that are already popular. So already constrained there. Good luck posting your animations on Instagram as well. I think the golden days of Instagram were when the feed was chronological, because you could actually see who you followed posted in the order that they posted it. And the moment that the algorithm switched from, being whoever posted in what order to the algorithm, like basically what you liked the most, what tailored to your interests, what you've been interacting with the most as an Instagram user, all of these artists, these beginner artists, started to see a massive decrease in their like count, their view count, their comments, because they just weren't being seen. And we've seen platform after platform come and try to take the Instagram artists back to another place. Right now, the current platform that a lot of people are migrating to is Kara, which I think is a great story behind, if you're interested in how that was created, the creator behind that. And the algorithm for that one is a lot more favoring just artists. Still, it's not for animators. This is for static art and for photography. That was the main purpose of Instagram in the first place. So yeah, Instagram for artists is very similar to TikTok. When you post a reel, it's seen by a small amount of people before it's seen to the vast majority. And you only have a very small amount of time, very small window of time to potentially get your animation seen. And it favors people that already have a following, and it also favors trending audios. So small window of creativity there. DeviantArt and ArtStation are also art platforms, but they really favor static art. And from that, ArtStation is a portfolio site. It's very professional. You don't mess around and really play and experiment with ArtStation. Some people do, but you will not see any growth, really. I promise you, it will be very difficult to see growth on ArtStation with that. DeviantArt is a little better, but the engagement is super low for animations. The moment you post like an MP4, like instead of an image, really it's not going to be seen. It's also like super cluttered, and I find the UX has always been very difficult for me to navigate on DeviantArt. And Newgrounds is definitely pretty niche. So Newgrounds is for animators, but it's a lot NSFW, very high quality people, like animations that have already been like industry standard, not beginner friendly. It's really for mature audiences. It's not for people that just want to start animating. So really, there is no place for animators to go. If you want to post on any one of these platforms, you're facing a whole mountain of blocks and obstacles that you want to get through before. So the era of new animators wanting to start to learn this medium is going down and down and down every year, because it's so much less accessible for people to start picking up a pen and feeling like that's something that they're actually able to do, because it's not encouraged at all in the mainstream. And I'm so passionate about this. Let's take a little hop back in time to my childhood and why I thought that it was a good idea to start to learn how to animate, and then why it was stifled. So the reason why I thought animation was accessible when I was a kid was because I had a Nintendo DSi. And if you had a Nintendo DSi, you had Flipnote, which was a little frog icon platform where you could create animations easily just using the pen, and then you would post them online to Flipnote Hatena. I made a whole video essay about Flipnote Studio and Flipnote Hatena, which you can watch, the history of it, why it had such a big impact, and why people are still looking for a platform like that today. It doesn't exist. The reason why that was so accessible was because you were allowed to post your bad animations, your really small ones, and they still had a chance to potentially grow. And it was a platform that was purely for animations, and they were short animations, all like typically under 30 seconds, and you could heart them, download them, be inspired, comment, and create a real community with other people. It was incredible. It's like, if I could describe it to you as like a less brain rot TikTok just for animations, and everyone is actually wholesome and cares about each other. That's the best way I could describe it. And then in 2013, it was shut down. Some people might be sitting here right now and wondering, why does it even matter if animation is a dead medium? Why does it matter if no people start learning animation? Like, we already have tons of great animators that animate for the big studios, and it's fine. We have enough animation as it is. To that, I would say that animation is so much more than any other form of art. It is really the type of art that combines storytelling, visuals, music. And when we lose the ability to have new animators, a new generation of animators, what we're losing is new artists, new people to express their stories, to tell their things that they want to share their experiences, to share their imaginal worlds, to, experience world through someone else's eyes really, really immersively. And that's so sad. That is so sad to imagine that there's all these people out there that would tell their stories and would be creative, but they're not because there's nowhere for them to post. So it is so important. The importance of this is literally just so high that it's hard for me to articulate how frustrating it is to me that it doesn't exist a platform or a place for animators to grow. So this is what I'm doing to change that. This is why I'm creating SketchTube, which is a platform for animators, a place where people can post animations. I'm telling you, there is no place online that is created for animators, by animators, for people to engage in community, for people to post beginner animations and actually be seen by an algorithm. So that's exactly what I'm creating. I'm creating a place right now. I'm a software developer and I'm creating a website called SketchTube.com where people can create profiles, post their animations, like other people's animations, and then there's going to be a very, very simple animation algorithm where it's chronological and most liked. And I'm still in the works about how I can maybe do categories, tags, or something like this. So it is very much in the development, but I do have a lot of ideas, and I do have a Discord server where people are throwing out their ideas as animators, things that they want to see in a platform like this. So please feel free to join the Discord server to have a conversation about this, because this is something that I am creating from my own experience of remembering when there was a platform, Flip which was for that and the things that really brought, but I don't know specifically what everyone wants to see. I really want to create something that is for everyone, for people to feel like they're having a community together, where they are encouraged to grow, where they feel like a sense of individuality within a collective. And it is so important to me that beginner animators have a place where they can see, be inspired, and feel like they're allowed to create and be bad at the beginning in order for them to grow. I have so many concepts for this. If you are interested in supporting the journey of SketchTube, what you can do is the following 3 things. So you could join the Discord server down below. You could go to the website sketchtube.com and enter your email, and I'll notify you as my changes. And then if you want to actually support it in a different way, there's Patreon subscription. There's a tier on Patreon where you can become a beta tester, which is essentially someone that is going to be very shortly on my server, and you can test SketchTube as I am developing it and give me feedback directly. So those are all the options there available. Again, there is no place like this for animators existing on the internet today, and I'm so passionate about creating one, and I would love your help in order to do so. So let's create a better future for animators together, and please join the Discord one more time. How many times can I say it? I just really want to connect with y'all, and I hope you have a great day. Keep on drawing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye!